Related to Ian though, people were saying, there was a good comment. Let me find it. It was, since Ian is coming out kind of like stealing his sound or sounding like him, he had to come back and like, right here, he see Ian making some noise and now he want his sound back. Now people are gonna start arguing like, Ian don't even sound like Yeat. But low key, like, Ian is the new white boy in the underground who is taking it by storm, whether or not his label's paying for it or whatever, but still it's happening. And the closest thing to Ian, the like the bigger artist that inspired him, is obviously Yeat. I want to see an Ian interview and ask him who his influences are on his sound. It's gotta be Yeat. Now I think Yeat is going back to his old shit, or at least he's trying to. He's going back to the old like language. Hello, little geeky, I'm King Tunk. And he's about to drop on SoundCloud, so that should be today, because he said he's gonna drop. Should I drop on SoundCloud? Okay, so he didn't even end up doing it, but still I feel like he's doing it because he kind of like progressed the sound forward too much, or like went way left field on 2093, and then now people ain't messing with it as much. Like the Yeat fans are trying to put it on for him, but like Breathe is really, in my opinion, the only song that made any noise for him. And it was a great song, don't get me wrong, but it didn't have as much impact to the whole album as much as he thought. Like, look at this. So this should tell you right now, and I don't care, like all the Yeat fans are gonna get pissed on this clip or whatever, but Yeat, his top songs, his top stream songs is Breathe, okay, just like I said. But everything else is like, I don't give a fuck, or this is from Life or Afterlife, Up to Me. There's only one more song in addition to Breathe that's in the top 10 songs on his Spotify. So what does that tell you? Like 2093 should be filling up this entire thing, but it's not. So people aren't really messing with it like that. Whole album was ass. I don't think it was ass. I just think the album was too different. Like you can't just switch it up as fast as he did. Now, people are gonna say, you know, Cardi did that, or Cardi does that, and it works every single time. But it's because Cardi's always been rare and always switched it up every single time. However, Yeat, everyone got used to him flooding the market and kind of with 5 or 6 projects in a row, flooding the same-ish sound. And then he kind of went into the Benny X way, and people were already kind of like starting to turn on him, being like, Benny X ruined Yeat, blah, blah, blah. Even though I still think they had some good collabs, and Benny X was on Up to Me, but they just crafted a very specific sound that was outside of the Alien Rage shit. And then now he did something completely different after flooding the market with this certain sound, just doing a full U-turn. That's why it shocked everybody, and they didn't fuck with it as much. Also, it could just objectively not be as great of music, and the stats do not lie. It grew on you, but it's not what you wanted. That sounds like a hero arc or a villain arc, maybe. It grew on me, but it's not the hero that you wanted, but it's like the Batman thing. He was sober, making an album like that doesn't make a good combo. Is that what happened? I've been hearing people talking about him being sober, but where did we find this information out? Because it doesn't, like, how do you know that he's not popping pills? Did he go to rehab or something? What do I type in? Like, Yeat sober? It's just gonna be some like Reddit post of like, yo, his girl told me in a DM like 14 years ago that he was sober. Before I start, I'm 100% happy for him. I wish none but success in his path to righteousness. Basically what I want to say is give him time and let him cook. Question about Yeat's sobriety. Oh, Yeat took to Instagram to let his fans know that he is now 15 days sober. Been sober 15 days. I got y'all with the album soon. I'm just really locking in on this one. It's gonna be worth the wait. SpaceX. Okay, so he's sober. Isn't this exactly what happened to Yeat though. I mean, sorry, Lil Uzi Vert. Like, he went sober, and so because he stopped taking the Xans like he used to, he kind of lost that game mode or that feeling when he was recording, and like the carelessness. Like, you're thinking way too much when you're, and I'm not really like I'm not an artist, y'all know this, so I can't really relate, but I would assume that when you're on drugs, like there's certain, like, there's less anxiety and you're kind of just going with the flow. I guess I do know what they're talking about. Like, when you're drunk or whatever, it's easier to talk to people because it reduces your inhibition. So same thing with the drugs. When Uzi's on the Xan, he's like, yeah. And so same thing with Yeat. Does that mean that when you go sober that you're gonna make better music? Probably not, because what do we listen to rap music for? We kind of like why do we listen to Future? We want to feel like we're on lean and drugs and fucking hella bitches and rich and whatever. You're supposed to give, like, it's supposed to elicit a feeling. However, when someone is sober, just staring at you in the microphone, talking to you through your earphones, it just isn't the same. It's not gonna feel the same, and you're not gonna like it as much. So low key, same thing with Juice WRLD. Juice WRLD even said, the drugs are the reason I'm here, but the drugs are the reason that it's gonna take me out eventually. Because, like, as an artist, these drug addict artists, it's low key the reason they're there, that they unlocked some sort of mode in their brain, the flow state, but like a different type, because it's on like crack and shit. But then when they get off of it, you can't replicate being on drugs. It just doesn't make sense. And yes, they need moderation. So maybe I don't even want to promote drug use in these artists, but the proof is just there. Like, even some of the greatest artists from history, maybe they weren't on drugs, but they were psychotic or crazy, because a lot of, look at Kanye. He's bipolar, or he claims he's autistic. So he gets into this creative state when he's in a manic episode or whatever he's into, whatever psychological thing that's going on in his head. And you just can't replicate that with a sober mind, because you have to push boundaries with the psychotic or drug-induced behavior that a regular person couldn't hit. And that's why it's so great. So see, I don't want to be the person PlayStation fanboy. I don't want to be like, Yeat needs to go back to the perks, because I would never wish that upon someone. I want people to be like, healthy. But from a music standpoint, like, low key, Sun Tuye says, yeah, I was drinking lean high listening to Blue Racks by Future. It hit different. See, but for like regular individuals like myself, not saying you're not regular, but unless you don't want to be, but we listen to this type of music so that we feel like, oh yeah, we feel like Netspend's username, bad fucking kid. I feel like a bad fucking kid listening to Future because, mom, we're sipping lean in the room, like you can't even hear us, but like we're hella drugged out. All the kids in school who be like acting hella hood even though their parents have like $2 million houses, like, what's up, man? They got their pants sagging, like acting like they got guns in their pockets. Meanwhile, it's just a fruit roll up. What's good, y'all? Huh? Man, I'm so zanned out I can't hear you, bruh. Sorry, what? I don't know how I got there, but popping the perks, listen to Pink Pantheress. No, when you listen to Pink Pantheress, you gotta listen to, or you gotta pop like Molly or something happy and jolly. Last thing I want to be on is perks. I'll feel sick, especially with how fast she be singing and shit. It's like hyper pop to the extreme.